Hello, and thank you for your interest in the clan Hands of the Void. We are currently a mountain tier clan with all available technology research finished and available for members. While we do not have the Ignis Wraith blueprint available at the lab, we do give out a free copy to all of our members who are MR9 or above, as we have access to them through our alliance. We are seeking members who are MR8 or above and to play at least 4 days or more a week on average, though our policy is only to remove members after 30 days of inactivity without a warning. With that said, now that you have access to our Discord, if you were removed for inactivity, simply going back to the Discord and asking for a new invite with the hashtag admin tag in your post in the Hands of the Void general chat will get you a new invite once you're ready to return to the game as a regular player. We have weekly giveaways, a welcoming atmosphere, and an extensively and thoughtfully decorated dojo, and it is so large that we won't be going over all of that today. Just the bare essentials that are necessary to be able to see what you need in order to be able to navigate the dojo for in-game purposes. Though we do encourage you to feel free to explore. You'll get to see a lot of the dojo as part of our various different clan events. I will mention that special event participation is not mandatory, nor are donations, though we encourage members to avail themselves of our clan bounties listed in the notice board, and I'll go over that a little bit more later. For members that are under MR20, we simply prefer that you keep your resources and not donate unless you volunteer for clan farms and end up with an overly excessive amount of resources that you will never need. We just want you to have those resources so that you can build all of the things that you need to succeed in the game. People that are over MR20, generally it's pretty easy to be able to get a hold of the resources that you'll need. And as such, if you are over MR20 and you do have a comfortable amount to be able to donate, please do so, and please do participate in various different clan farms for expansions to our decorative needs. We also, again, have decoration needs as well, so if you earn special decorations that you'd like to donate, please do help out with that as well, and we have the listings for that in the notice board also. As with any large and well-organized clan with a lot to offer, we have a few basic rules to help ensure an inclusive environment and the success of the clan as well as its members at large. All of these rules are relatively common sense. The first rule is to be excellent to each other. There is no harassing or trolling, so don't sexualize or without prior explicit consent from any individual. And if you see something that is clearly inappropriate, please say something. The next rule is for relative safety of our users. Please don't use expletives in voice chat in front of random folks or minors, and do not post not safe for work materials in public areas as a courtesy to our other members. Also consider that some members are minors and some topics may be inappropriate for them. We aren't against humor or risque material, but we are for keeping a safe public environment for our users. The next rule is to remember that you are a representative of our clan and our alliance, and are to act with integrity. Trade fairly with all clan members and in general. If you're ripping people off as a matter of habit, it makes the clan look bad, so just don't do that. Also, don't ask for free stuff in general and be a beggar. We can generally help you find any item in the game for free, excluding Tennogen and Prime Access accessories. Outside of that, we can help you get anything that you want or need. So just be aware of that. And lastly is about privacy in terms of service. Don't violate the Digital Extremes terms of service, and don't mess with other players' stuff or accounts in general without explicit written consent. That's the rules, and they're designed to be so simple that people will follow them accidentally. By continuing through the rest of this orientation, you are indicating explicitly to a recruiter that you agree to follow these rules. And now a bit about our staff. We have 4 admins, Abby Cat, Armed Monkey, Kathy117, and myself, Clockwork Chaos. It's important that you not block these members to maintain your ability to stay in the clan, and that you follow any immediate behavior directives they give should they be issued, which generally we won't unless there's some sort of serious problem. We also have several ranks that are outlined in the Tenno handbook. and that's in our Discord. The handbook, that is. The ranks, just so that you know, are Lost to the Void, which is an inactive member, Neophyte, pending member, Void Walker, member, Void Stalker, senior member, Void Arbiter, chat moderator, Void Emissary, recruiter, Void Scion, senior officer, and Hierophant or Void Lord as administrator. You can learn more about these ranks as well as their duties, responsibilities, and how to attain these ranks within the town handbook found within our Discord server. Speaking of our Discord server, let's go over a couple of things there. Let's just transition over real fast. So the first thing you want to take note of is the Gamers Cove insignia. That's right over here. It looks like a little compass. That's going to be the one that you want to select anytime that you're going to our Discord server. It is Gamers Cove and not Hands of the Void because this is a multi-game server. You have alliances and clans and various different groups in various different games. Hands of the Void is just our Warframe branch. And see, we have an area right here for public voice. That's going to be the audio channel that you can use to talk with other members. And you're not required to use the voice chat ever, but we do encourage you to be social as much as you'd like. Moving down further, we'll see the Warframe area. And in there's a couple things we're going to want to note. The Warframe info section, that's going to be any kind of like major updates, patch notes, things like that that are direct from DE. Warframe YouTubers is where we're going to post any kind of helpful videos that are going to be really useful to players. My channel posts there. We also post other channels as well for other YouTubers that have some really good information just to help keep our members updated because the game obviously is very large and complex. The HOTV notice board, Hands of the Void notice board, this is going to be super important. You want to make sure that you're up to date on this because any kind of major stuff that we have going on in the clan, you'll see we've got a ton of stuff going on. We update that pretty regularly. And there's lots of opportunities in there for you to be able to participate, earn plat, help out the clan, and do all kinds of other stuff. So make sure you check over that pretty regularly. You'll notice like anytime you see a dot like that on the side, that's going to indicate to you that there's a new post in there. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And then of course we have Hands of the Void general chat, and just that's for general discussion and things in the game and talking to other clanmates outside of the game or communicating with the admins, not privately, of course. You can still communicate with them privately, but say if you did need another invite back in, you could use that. So let's take a quick look at this town handbook here real quick, because that's really important here. First thing you're going to notice is that there's a version number listed here. And that version number is updated each time we update the handbook. And the handbook, also known as the manual, as it gets a little bit larger as time goes on, gets updated pretty regularly with information such as builds and in-game information that's going to change over time with the game as it changes. So if you see that the version number is changed, or that there's a new post in here indicating what the new version has in it, get caught up on that and find out what's going on in there in case there's any major stuff in there. Just opening up this document real quick, we'll look over a couple of the things in the table of contents. We've got our 4 simple rules in there. The clan admins, in case you forget who they are. General clan info. This has just some general stuff that you might want to know about the clan, what our clan colors are, what the purpose of the clan is, how we came about, that kind of stuff. New player FAQ. This is going to be for pretty much anybody under MR 17. If you're 16 and under, the stuff here is going to be really pertinent to you as you're still, maybe not according to you, but you're definitely newer to the game in comparison to the people that have been playing for many, many years and have a lot of information about the game. That said, even if you are 17 or over, please do take a quick peek at that and make sure that you're up to date on that information. The sooner you get this information here in your brain, the more successful you'll be and far more efficient you'll be at succeeding in Warframe. Then we have how to be a Model Tenno in the hands of the Void, and that's kind of a general code of conduct that we expect from our players, and we especially look for that when we start promoting people. Clan structure, that's going to be where we look at the different portions for different kinds of hierarchies that we have in our different promotion structures, what those rights, responsibilities, and powers are what, at each level, and how to attain each rank. Warframe resource list, this is super important to players of all levels, as there is resources and tools in there that are going to be invaluable no matter what level you are and how much experience you have in the game. So definitely take a peek at that. Recommended Warframe YouTube subscriptions for 2018. That's going to be where you want to get, and of course these will be updated for 2019 since we're getting pretty close to that. These are just some channels that we kind of recommend that you take a peek at or subscribe to if you follow a lot on YouTube, because you're going to get a lot of good information from there. And also lastly is how to get your first clan promotion right at the end there. And in order to do that, you're going to kind of have to know the stuff that's in here pretty well. You don't need to memorize it all, but you do need to be familiar with it enough to be able to look things up and find answers and be able to think on your feet a little bit about that information. So that's the handbook there. And let's just close this out real quick. And we'll jump back into our dojo. You're going to spawn in right about here when you come in, and you'll notice that straight ahead here we have our trade posts. We have 2 of them because this gets a little busy, especially on the weekends and nights. We have a lot of people in here, and this way we don't have to have a whole bunch of people huddled around one trade center face out, and it just looks a little nicer. We've also got our transporter right here, which you can then take these to all over the dojo. You can see we have quite a lot of rooms. Like I said, this is not something that we're going to be going over in full at this time, but we encourage you to look around the dojo at your own leisure. Right through here, we're going to go in and we'll notice that this is the observatory. We have right here, you can access the star chart. It is worth noting, however, that if you were to go to Mars and look at Maru's Bazaar, you cannot actually go there from here. You're going to have to go to your orbiter. Everywhere else on the star chart, though, you can go. You can launch all your missions from here, and that will allow you to do that. To be able to change your individual loadouts, come over on here to the arsenal. Feel free to adjust things as needed. You can look at different loadouts. You can change your weapons out, do all that kind of stuff. So then we're going to go out here, and in the main spawn room, we have, right for easy access, all of our main labs. So this is going to be the Infested Biolab. This is our Corpus Energy Lab. Over here is the Grenier Chemical Lab. And lastly is the Tenno Lab. Now, all of these have weapons in them, but in the Tenno Lab, you'll notice also that there are some Warframes, and there are also some Archwing parts, and you're going to want to pick all of these up. You can get all of these for credits, and also back here, if we do have an active pigment, which we're almost done with all of our pigments, so this may be out of date soon, but you can donate your pigments here. And of course, the active pigment, as well as the bounties for that, will be in the notice board on Discord. So there's that, and then let's go ahead and head on over to one of our lesser used labs. This is our Orokin Nursery, of course. A pretty little room here. This is the Solar Rail Lab. It's got this little Orokin marker outside of it. Inside the Solar Rail Lab, right over here at this kiosk, you'll notice that we have our Dragon Key blueprints. You'll need those to be able to do your vault runs. And from here, we'll also jump on over to the Dark Sector Cantina. At the Dark Sector Cantina, you will notice that we have a Ludoplex. Ludoplex will allow you to play Frame Fighter. You can also access Happy Zephyr and Wormius if you have unlocked them from Samaras. You'll need standing from Samaras to be able to do that. Now, of course, spaceport out there and other stuff. Now, if we were to then head down to the Special Orokin Vault, this is going to kiosk over here. Will allow you to donate resources. Please do not go to the Alliance. Please go to Clan. If you donate to the Alliance, there's literally nothing we can do with that, nor can the Alliance use it. So please do donate in here. So let's say if we wanted to donate some credits, let's drop 1 million credits in there. All right. There we go. Now with credits, you don't have to type anything in, but for resources and decorations, you will need to select something. So let's go ahead and drop in 500,000 salvage. And we'll then press exchange. We then type donate. You don't have to do it in all caps like it says, but you can. Contribution successful, and we have donated. So that would be where you can donate should you be interested in helping out the clan with that. We do, of course, use that to help along all of our decorations. So like right now we have this room that we're working on. And we've got some giant space robots in there, a little armored personal carrier, that sort of thing, some other stuff. Now, if you see something like this that's fully built, that means that it is all set to go. If you see something like this that's a blue, that means it has been fully funded with resources and credits, and it is building and will be complete in less than 24 hours. And if you see something like this that's yellow, that means it has not been donated to. Now, this is a picture of this room as of the time of this recording, so it may look very different by the time you end up coming around. And so that's going to be our quick little dojo immersion tour there, but let's just go over a couple more things real quick. So for the next step, please do contact your recruiter with the term Voidwalker Invite, VOIDWALKER INVITE, and that will allow them to know that you have completed the video. They will then send you an invite and ask you if you have any questions, concerns, or comments. And if you do, please address that with them then, so that this way they can get you as prepared for success as possible. Once that's taken care of, you'll then have the ability to accept the invite into the clan. So just press escape, and then choose communications, inbox, and accept invite. Once you do that, you can purchase any blueprints you need. But in order to return to the dojo from this point on, you will need to craft your dojo key. If you do not have yet the blueprint for this, you can purchase it at the market in your orbiter. It just costs you a little bit of credits, and it takes 12 hours to build. If you do have the blueprint, it won't be in the market, and you will have to go to your armory and make that again, even if you've made a dojo key before. Lastly, if you are MR9 or higher and do not presently have a copy of the Ignis Wraith, simply ask your recruiter for a copy of it. If you are not yet MR9, then when you reach MR9, please see a recruiter or admin for a copy. And then also note that there is a build in the manual for this and a strategy for using this weapon that will help you make about an extra 20 to 80p a day if used correctly. If you are currently in a clan, in order to leave your current clan, you will press escape, and then communications, clan, and then you will hover over your name, and then right-click your name, leave clan, and then you'll be able to then get your invite. You won't be able to receive that invite until you do that. Also, lastly, just welcome to the Hands of the Void. If you have any friends who meet the MR requirement and activity requirements, and you'd like to have them join the clan, please introduce them to the recruiter. And in time, you'll be able to recommend anyone, even if they are under the MR requirement, as long as you've made your Void Stalker promotion. And also, just again, don't forget to build your dojo key, and don't forget about the notice board and the manual. And again, code is Voidwalker Invite. Have a good one. Welcome to the clan.